Okay, we're live.
We're live.
Good morning, friends and family. Oh, I'm trying to wake up this morning. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy 2021. Yay. So, thank you for joining us this morning. This is our final day of Kwanzaa, day number 7. And we have enjoyed coming on live in the morning from our home to share the Kwanzaa principles and just have a discussion, have a dialogue, and talk about the principles. So I'm going to say Habar Gani.
Habar Gani. What's happening today is Imani, faith. To believe with all our heart in our people, our parents, our teachers, our leaders, in the righteousness and victory of our people. And because it's the last day, I'm going to light each of the candles again, reminding us of what each principle is. So the first one is Emoja, which is unity. To strive for and maintain unity in the family, community, nation, and race. And the second day was Kujichagulia, which is self-determination. To define ourselves, name ourselves, create for ourselves, and speak for ourselves. The third day was Ujima, which is collective work and responsibility. To build and maintain our community together and make our brothers and sisters' problems our problems and to solve them together. The fourth day was Ujama. To build and maintain our own stores, shops, and other businesses, and to profit from them together, cooperative economics. The fifth day, Nia, purpose. To make our collective vocation the building and developing of our community in order to restore our people to their traditional greatness.
Mm-hmm.
The sixth day, Kaumba, creativity. To do always as much as we can in the way we can in order to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than we inherited it.
Mm-hmm.
And then today, the final day of Kwanzaa, Imani, faith. To believe with all of our heart in our people, our parents, our teachers, our leaders, and the righteousness and victory of our people.
Wow. I love pulling all that together and just feeling each principle and what it means to me and at this time. Because it's an evolution, right? And to anchor into like the recognition that Kwanzaa is a practice, you know, and that it is strengthened by doing it as a community, doing it as a family, doing it not just alone. It's not a solo journey. So I love knowing that, and I love the principles of Kwanzaa.
Yeah. and it's not just for 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. We intentionally practice Kwanzaa 7 days at the end of the year, moving into the beginning of the year. But really, it's a way of life.
Mm-hmm.
It's a way of being, and to really heal and create a world that does work. Period. That just a world that works. These are principles to live by every day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, I was really kind of struck by the final day of Kwanzaa, which is the first day of a new year, is faith. That belief in what we know is there but we can't see yet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that knowing that it already is the first part of making it manifest. And if we don't believe it,
Yeah.
then it ain't never going to show up.
Yeah. 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 It takes our belief to fortify the expression of it, or the manifestation of it, the visual effect of it,
Mm-hmm.
for sure, for sure. And it's so wonderful. I'm so grateful, so thankful to have slowed down and to really embody each principle and to think about what it means to me, and to remember that Kwanzaa means something to me, very much means something to me. So I look forward to a new year, and and perhaps at the end of this year, we'll be back to being able to celebrate together and to acknowledge Kwanzaa together, and to be in community and have our karamu, and be having our community meal together now, and which is what you would be doing on this final day of Kwanzaa, as you gather together in your homes and community, however that looks, that coming together for that feast and the sharing of the harvest together, and all that's been embodied and experienced in the principles of Kwanzaa and what that means, and to play and love and have fun. And I hope you were able to do something creative yesterday, and every day. That's an invitation to every day, right? So, yeah.
And I really, it's depending on who you talk to, there's different opinions and different schools of thought for everything. And I want to acknowledge, as a white skinned person, that Kwanzaa is anchored in and is about Black culture. And I consider it an honor and a privilege to be married to you, period. Well, smartest thing I ever did in my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
And to celebrate Kwanzaa with you. To, immerse myself totally in our lives together. And to do everything I can, because there are things I can do as a white skinned person to support the healing that you can't do.
That is absolutely true. Absolutely true. And, I think I have respect for you to be willing to step in and have it be messy, and have, people's opinions and judgments and theories and how a thing should be, um, I appreciate that. And what it speaks to me is that while you're here, you're living, and that you're curious, and that you jump into uh, the deep end of the pool, and, I've always liked swimming in the deep end of the pool. And so, um, thank you for joining there, and thank you for being willing to know more and to embody and study and find the similarities on our spiritual path with, the universal principles that we live, in addition to these with Kwanzaa. There's more. In other words, there's more. So my heart is just filled with so much gratitude, and I have a tremendous amount of faith. A tremendous amount of faith in what is not seen, because I recognize that this cannot be all there is. There has got to be more. So,
Right.
right. So thank you, Ray, for walking together, and the clunkiness sometimes of things, and the smoothness and the beauty and the love that we share with each other. I mean, it is definitely on purpose that we are together as a couple.
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
here's the thing about faith. So often when we talk about a world that works, right, and we talk about healing, it's easy to articulate what we don't want.
True that. Yeah.
That we don't want racism anymore. We don't want prejudice anymore. We don't want bigotry anymore. We don't want people of black skin being killed by police anymore. It's easy to say what we don't want, but where we have to get to is to be able to articulate what we do want.
Yes.
And, I insist on a world where everyone is celebrated. No more tolerance.
Yeah.
That everybody is celebrated equally. That everyone is treated equally. That everyone is valued equally.
Yes, absolutely.
That,
and every little thing that comes from planet Earth is valued. This little piece of corn came from our garden. Isn't it the cutest? Because the corn on the mkeka, the mat here, it represents the children.
Yes.
Yeah. So we got a couple small ones and a medium-sized one. I love that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, living in the affirmative. And I find myself now, and this is again practice, that when I'm talking and I'm talking about things that I don't want, that I catch myself and shift into, no, let me talk about the affirmative. What is it that I do want? And I take that pause and go inside and say, what is it that you do want? And speak that into the ethers, into my experience, right? And that is a training. That is a practice that serves me well, because it just shifts me right out of looking at effect and looking at form and what's already here, and flowing back into the possibilities of what can be. So, yeah. All right. So, final words about Kwanzaa. What do we think?
I'm, just doing this with you, with whoever else is watching, has been a really neat practice this year. It has expanded the conversation, which has just been delightful. And as Debra said earlier, it is my sincere hope that next year we're actually able to do this in the same room. And, whatever happens, happens. I'm loving technology and the opportunities to do things differently. So, embracing it all and seeing it. I really miss being with our friends at CSA, Center for Spiritual Awareness in West Sac, where we have gone every year for many, many years to a community celebration of Kwanzaa in the Karamu, and definitely missed that this year.
Yeah, definitely miss that. And sending big love to CSA, our peeps there, and our friends at Sacramento, and just everybody, wherever you find yourself this morning, as you're right here, right now with us. Just know that you are loved. You are loved beyond words. And thank you. Yes, Kwanzaa is definitely something to be shared. And it is for everyone. Yes, it is. The primary focus is African culture, remembering, and the beauty that has been brought forth for us by Dr. Moringa for us to consider and to flow in and especially, when I think about the riots that happened and how this evolved and how he brought this forward to bring, Black people together and to appreciate and love ourselves, that we are still in that in a different way, and it's so important for us to know who we are and to value and love who we are and to know that we're beautiful and amazing. And so Kwanzaa offers that. So thank you so much for being my beloved, and thank you for doing this together. It's been fun. I'm looking forward to it each morning. Yeah. So it's made Kwanzaa a little different this year.
All right. So today, contemplate faith. Begin to allow yourself to see what you can't see. Because when you do see what you don't see, you will see it. It's just that simple. All right, we done?
We done.
All right.
So we'll see you when we see ya. Love ya.